The determined fisherman got super lucky. When he saw a deal on Facebook he could not resist. A 75-gallon fish tank with a storage cabinet stand, which was at the unbelievable price of $0.00. The tank decorations and rocks were not included, but they were just a small price to pay for what quickly became the determined fisherman's family's living room centerpiece. This tank did not have a top nor a center brace, so the determined fisherman began a DIY project. Using a 36 by 4-inch piece of metal, which was 3/16 of an inch thick from a hardware store, the determined fisherman, determined as ever, fabricated a center brace to support a glass lid for the 75-gallon fish tank. Although it wasn't perfect, he did the best in his ability, making adjustments for the lid to seat more securely. The light bar is a strip of multicolored LEDs that can be configured in many different combinations. And yeah, that is an ugly cut job, but it will work for now. Now that the tank is set up, it's time for the determined fisherman to do what he does best, and let's go catch some fish. Oh yeah, I almost failed to mention that the determined fisherman chose to go with a 500-watt tank heater, manufactured by Orloshai, which comes with an included electric thermometer. It's had tens of thousands of reviews, sitting at nearly a 4.5-star rating. This is along the Hillsborough River in Tampa, Florida, using shrimp on a hook with a bobber and no sinker.
Oh, you got one. Yeah. We got one. Hey, hold on a second.
The determined fisherman retrieves some river water to keep the fish alive in an aerated bucket for transport. Mayan cichlids are an invasive species, so releasing them back into the water is unlawful.
Let's go. We got our first one.
Back at the tank, the determined fisherman and his princess sidekick place the Mayan cichlid into its new home. It's going to take some time for this little fella to readjust to its new environment. While eating may not be on the forefront of its mind, there are some minnows ready to be added to the tank as well. The determined fisherman made the bad decision of trying to catch a couple more of the Mayan cichlids. What makes it a bad decision is that Mayan cichlids, like Oscars, are very territorial, and it is recommended that there is 45 gallons of water per Mayan cichlid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got the target species. Hey.
While attempting to catch one last Mayan cichlid, the determined fisherman had a bit of a surprise. Can you see it?
Oh, whew, that scared the out of me.
Just a slider turtle, although the tide is very low. Aquatic life here is in abundance. Well, now, since the determined fisherman has met his quota, he rushes to transport the Mayan cichlids to the fish tank as soon as possible.
Alright, so back to the house. And we're about to go ahead and put these fish into the tank. There you go. There you go. But hey, buddy. You with me? The temperature should be reading around 78, 79. Yep, 79.8. So the temperature should be a good warm temperature for them. And it's going to take them a while to get adjusted. They got some feeder fish in there. And I got some flakes and some other stuff, just in case they don't want to eat the feeder fish. And hopefully they get along with the plecos.
Look at the algae eater.
Yeah, I got an albino algae eater.
Oh, where's the normal black one?
I'm not sure where the brown one's at.
Fast forward several days later, the Mayan cichlids have become accustomed to their new environment and began feasting on the minnows. But nature also had a brutal outcome as well. The largest of the 3 Mayan cichlids has began bullying the smaller 2. There are clearly visible signs of physical abuse on the middle-sized Mayan cichlid, while the smaller Mayan cichlid is too fast to be caught by the largest of the 3. This one may have to be isolated in a separate tank to recover. It cannot be released back into the wild since it is considered an invasive species. It is important to research each fish that is going to be placed in a tank along with the knowledge of how much space is needed, the temperature, lighting, and each fish's diet. Territorial fish like oysters, or in this case Mayan cichlids, can and will dominate the entire fish tank, bullying any fish in its domain to its death. That is the largest of the 3 Mayan cichlids, stalking the middle-sized cichlid, which is trying to separate itself by staying at the top of the tank. It is anyone's best guess on what is going on through that fish's mind and what makes it want to be mean enough to violate everything in its proximity. Here it goes on the attack once again.